Right now on News 4 at 11, a fatal crash is under investigation in Niagara Falls. Police say happened moments before a go-kart became trapped under a car.
By tearing down two perfectly good homes to put apartments in, I really have a problem with that.
Plus, fighting back, some Orchard Park residents say they are not on board with new development plans in the area. The developer responds.
And it was a gloomy day across western New York. We do have a few showers moving into the metro now, but we're tracking the potential for severe thunderstorms tomorrow in your 4-1 forecast.
Live in high definition. This is Western New York's news leader. Now, News 4 at 11.
We begin at 11 with a developing story out of Niagara Falls. Police say a 34-year-old man was killed in a crash involving a go-kart and a car. Good evening, everyone. Police say the crash happened on Buffalo Avenue just before 3 o'clock this afternoon. These are pictures and video from the scene on the 1900 block. Police say the man was driving a high-performance go-kart and spun into the other lane of oncoming traffic. Police say a Chevy Volt was unable to stop hitting the go-kart. The man and go-kart then became trapped underneath the car. Fire and ambulance crews worked to free him. He was taken to Niagara Falls Memorial Hospital, where he died. Police say the go-kart driver was not wearing a helmet. His name has not yet been released. Say the driver of the car is not being charged. The crash remains under investigation. In Buffalo, police are searching for the driver who the scene of a crash that left a man with serious injuries. This is the 5th hit and run in the city since May. It happened in a parking lot around 12:30 this afternoon on the 2500 block of Main Street. Police tell us a woman backed out of a parking spot and hit the 46-year-old man standing behind her vehicle. He was taken to ECMC. A little later on, police found the vehicle unoccupied. Again, they are still looking for the driver. We will continue to follow both of these developing stories. Make sure you stay with us here on air and online at WYVB.com for the latest updates. Turning now to weather, it is a calm night in Buffalo. This is a live look from our tower cam at downtown, where there isn't a lot of activity right now, but we are preparing for severe storms tomorrow. Forewarned meteorologist Andrew Baglini joins us now with the details. Andrew?
Yeah, Callan, I'm not expecting a severe weather outbreak, but some storms tomorrow certainly I expect to turn severe. It's going to be spotty in nature, but where we do see them popping up, expect some heavy downpours, strong winds. You want to get to cover pretty quickly. It's been a quiet day, albeit pretty gloomy out there. Didn't see much sunshine and even a few showers, especially across the southern tier. But we actually have a little bit of rain moving into the Niagara frontier right now for folks out enjoying your Saturday night. About to get wet downtown and up towards Grand Island and even towards Niagara Falls. But after these showers move out, we'll be mostly dry overnight. Just a few spotty showers left over. But not much activity compared to what we're expecting for tomorrow. The Storm Prediction Center has much of western New York in a slight risk. The yellow shaded areas there. The rest of the area, Niagara, Orleans, counties under a marginal risk for severe weather. And here's how it all shapes up. The rest of tonight, again, we do have a little bit of rain, but mostly quiet. Waking up tomorrow morning to a mix of clouds and sunshine, but it's close to or just after lunchtime. That's when the window opens for the storms to start popping up, closer to 1 and 2 o'clock. And as they pop up, they'll start to intensify, and some of them turning strong to severe, again, with those damaging wind gusts possible, heavy downpours. So big recommendation here is if you have any outdoor plans, make sure you're able to take cover quickly. These storms will rapidly intensify. For tonight, spotty showers, mostly cloudy and muggy, coming up in your full 4-1 forecast. We'll talk more about tomorrow's severe weather potential and how long wet weather will last as we look ahead into next week.
All right, thank you, Andrew. As Western New Yorkers clean up from Thursday's tornadoes, Governor Cuomo's office is denying reports and asked for some cleanup efforts to be delayed. The Erie County Fairgrounds were seriously damaged by Thursday's tornado touchdowns. The Buffalo News reports the aide asked the fair's CEO, Dennis Lang, to delay cleanup until the governor arrived. Cuomo was supposed to get there around 4 o'clock, but didn't arrive until 7 o'clock. His office tells us the delay was due to the weather. Lang told the Buffalo News he did not know who the aide was. And tonight, the governor's office released a statement to us saying, in part, quote, the governor's #1 priority is helping the people of Western New York. immediately recover from this latest extreme weather event, and suggestions otherwise is categorically false. The statement went on to say the governor has deployed more than 100 National Guard to the region to help homes with cleanup and help businesses in the area. The governor's office says these crews have, quote, never once paused and will continue full stop until the cleanup is completed. A spokesperson for the fair, Marty Beniaz, tells News 4 right now they are focused on rebuilding, repairing, and replacing what was damaged. The fair is scheduled to open in 18 days.
We felt that when we looked at the plans, they really didn't fit quite like we would expect in a village like this.
Tonight, Orchard Park residents are speaking out against a big project. A developer wants to on 2 historic homes for a housing complex. People living in the village say it's turning into a community of renters. News 4's Rachel Monjovi talked to neighbors and the developer and joins us live in the studio with new reaction. Rachel?
Well, Callan, this isn't a huge development, but it's big enough to stir up some controversy. Some neighbors are saying, not in my backyard. They think apartment buildings are taking the charm out of Orchard Park.
I just buy and let that happen. I lost a number of old homes in the village already to progress, and I can't see it happening anymore. I mean, we got to say enough's enough.
Some people living in Orchard Park are pushing back against new development.
The residents are not happy with the project.
A developer is looking to tear down these 2 100-year-old homes and build a 3-story townhome with 4 units and another building with 2 apartments and first-floor retail space. Howard Rost lives down the road and says he's worried the project will take away Orchard Park's charm.
It continues the way it is. They'll have apartments all down through here, and you won't know whether you're in Buffalo or you're in Orchard Park.
Dr. Greg Wolin's 17-year practice is right next door to the property. He said he's concerned about the size.
The one right next to me is going to be almost 3 times the size of my building. The one next to that would be almost over 6,000 square feet.
Dr. Wolin says he's open to development if it's done tastefully.
I don't want to prevent them from doing what they do. It would be great to see maybe a small expansion go in.
Developer Bill Daly says he's going back to the drawing board. He'll have to downsize since 2.5 stories is the village's limit. But he says he's looking to do a that will please the entire community.
In hindsight, some of what we were looking at was probably overly ambitious. We just want to be good neighbors, be done in the same taste and with the same motivation in mind.
Now, the developer tells me he isn't sure what his next move will be. Keeping the existing homes and renovating them instead is still on the table. Once he comes up with a plan, he'll have to take it to the planning board for approval. Reporting live, Rachel Monjovi, News 4 at 11.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Amherst police are looking for a woman who they say may be using a stolen credit card. Police say the card and a backpack were stolen from a car parked at a Maple Road fitness center. Police say the woman in these photos used the card at a store in Buffalo. If you recognize who she is, you can see she has a tattoo there. You should call police 689-1336. Buffalo police say a 29 woman is still missing tonight. We first told you about Felicia Nelson on News 4 at 6 o'clock earlier this evening. She was last seen on Sattler Avenue in Buffalo. Police say she's 4 feet 8 inches tall and about 110 pounds. Anyone with information should immediately call 911. Meanwhile, in the town of Tonawanda, police are still looking for an elderly man who may have Alzheimer's or dementia. Police say this man here, 79-year-old Harold Roberts, was last seen yesterday near a home on Parker Boulevard. He's about 6 feet tall. He has gray hair and hazel eyes. He was last seen wearing black pants, a gray checkered shirt, black jacket, and a baseball hat. You should call Town of Tonawanda Police at 876-5300 if you think you know where he is. Still to come at 11, marching to mark a milestone, the historic ruling being celebrated today, and taking a bold leap. A Buff State professor describes the feeling of checking off this major bucket list item as she battles a serious illness.